Watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Amritpal Singh. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. In India's assembly polls, BJP-led NDA secures landslide victory in Maharashtra. JMM alliance crosses the halfway mark in Jharkhand. COP29 talks in Baku extended as developing countries reject the $250 billion fund offer from the developed nations. Hungary and Poland warn of rising risks from the conflict in Ukraine following stepped-up missile strikes by Russia and Ukraine at each other in this week. And in Perth, from a dramatic collapse to a remarkable recovery, KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal lead a strong comeback by India in the game against Australia. And today through the day, we are bringing you the latest on the big state election results from Maharashtra and Jharkhand. Let's begin with the poll updates. The Mahayuti alliance, comprising of the BJP, Shiv Sena and the NCP, is poised to secure a landslide victory in Maharashtra, with trends indicating a significant lead in over 200 out of the 288 assembly seats for the alliance. In contrast, the Mahavikas Aghadi, which includes the Congress, the Shiv Sena, UBT and NCP Sharad Pawar, is trailing, securing just 50 to 60 seats, marking a setback for the alliance. According to the current trends that you see on your screens right now, these are the latest leads plus results. The BJP has a clear edge with 132, followed by the Shiv Sena, that's the Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena 54, the NCP 41, the Congress at 17, the Shiv Sena that is led by Uddhav Thackeray with 21, NCP of Sharad Pawar with 10 and others at 13. So these are the leads and the results that are available. Counting is still going on. Final figures shall be clear as the day sets in. And in his first reaction to the results, Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has said that the people of Maharashtra have given the alliance an unprecedented victory. And this shows that the people are with Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
महाराष्ट्र की जनता ने जो अप्रत्याशित इस प्रकार की जीत हमको दी है, इससे ये बात पूरी तरीके से स्थापित होती है कि महाराष्ट्र ये प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के पीछे है और मोदी जी ने जो नारा दिया था, एक है तो सेफ है, इस नारे को यथार्थ में लाते हुए महाराष्ट्र के सभी समाज के सभी लोगों ने एकता दिखाते हुए महाराष्ट्र में मतदान किया है और इसके कारण ये इतनी अच्छी जीत हमको मिली है। मैं विशेष रूप से हमारे बहनों का, लाडले भाइयों का, लाडले किसानों का, सभी का बहुत आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूं।
And Fadnavis also gave his reaction on who the next chief minister of the state will be. He said there will be no dispute on the CM's face. It will be decided by the leaders of the three parties of the alliance.
सीएम पद के ऊपर कोई भी विवाद यहाँ नहीं होने वाला, क्योंकि पहले दिन से ये तय है कि चुनाव जब संपन्न होगा तो चुनाव के बाद तीनों पार्टियां मिलकर इसको तय करेगी। हमारे नेता आदरणीय होम मिनिस्टर साहब ने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में ये बहुत स्पष्ट शब्दों में बताया है कि चुनाव के बाद तीनों पार्टियां बैठेगी और इसका निर्णय करेगी।
And expressing gratitude to the people of Maharashtra for giving a mandate to the NDA, Prime Minister Narendra Modi termed it a victory for development and good governance. The Prime Minister, in a social media post on X, said, and I quote, "Development wins, good governance wins. United, we will soar even higher." Heartfelt gratitude to my sisters and brothers of Maharashtra, especially the youth and the women of the state, for a historic mandate to the NDA. This affection and warmth is unparalleled. I assure the people that our alliance will keep working for Maharashtra's progress. Jai Maharashtra. And I'm joined by my colleague Shama Mishra, who is joining us from Mumbai. Shama, now that it's clear that the alliance, the Mahayuti alliance, will form the next government, what a comeback for them with the numbers, the biggest ever numbers that the alliance has seen in Maharashtra. Give us a sense of the celebrations where you are. Are you at the party headquarters of the BJP?
Well, we are on the street which houses the headquarters of various parties, and we are here at the Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena's headquarter. And as you can see, the celebration is already on, and it will be a while that the celebration continues. The flags are fluttering, the Doordarshan are going on, and right across this particular street is the BJP office, which has similar visuals, and there the celebration of jalebi making is also going. So we can understand, larger the seats, larger the celebration, and this is how the entire stretch of this particular area looks like, with the flags of Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde, NCP, Ajit Pawar, and also the BJP. So we can understand that this celebration is going to take some time, and we are also understanding that each of the party leader has given their statement, including Devendra Fadnavis, and he has definitely thanked wholeheartedly the Janta of Maharashtra, because somewhere even BJP did not expect such a huge win, and this is definitely a win which is unprecedented, and can be called unprecedented, because the number of the percentage of voting that has happened this year is also unprecedented. So we can understand this celebration, and particularly the meetings will continue, and also the talks of who will be the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra is also surfacing. Another topic is surfacing is when the government will be taking their oath, which we are hearing is obviously it's going to happen on 26th or before 26th, because that is our deadline of Maharashtra tenure, because the tenure ends at that time, and if that by that time the oath ceremony or the government formation does not happen, then the president's rule will be applicable over here. So obviously at all costs each party would want to avoid that, and even the Janta of Maharashtra would want to avoid that, and Janta has given a clear mandate to Mahayuti, and now the series of discussion will take place, as now we are hearing from Devendra Fadnavis. He has already mentioned that all the top leaders of each party will sit together and discuss and come at a conclusion that who will be the chief minister's face, because we understand it is going to be somebody from BJP, as BJP has secured the maximum number of seats in this particular election results. We are also talking about the final numbers, and as we are seeing that so many places which had seen or which were seeing the leads of some other party is now conquered by the BJP or Shiv Sena or the NCP, Ajit Pawar, that is the Mahayuti. So overall, if you are talking about the Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena group, we definitely have to say that he has led this fight very well, and given the fact that it was a task for him, task for NCP as well, Ajit Pawar as well, to prove which is the real party, which is the real Shiv Sena, and which is the real NCP. This really is something which will be tasteful for them, which will be very sweet for them, because not just proving their point, but they've not just passing the test, but they've passed with flying colors, and this particular number they will remember in years to come, in decades to come. So now the discussion will take place, it must have already started taking place, both of who will be the next chief minister, and also when the oath oath ceremony in Maharashtra will take place. Amritpal.
Shama, give us a sense of, you say the BJP is the rightful claimant to the Chief Minister's position because within the alliance it secured the maximum number of seats. Of course, it contested on the maximum number of seats. Does Devendra Fadnavis then look like the natural choice for the BJP?
We are all thinking the same thing, but as far as Maharashtra politics goes, it is unpredictable and no even political expert can rightly predict this particular point. We are also thinking about this particular point. If Devendra Fadnavis had to be the face of Chief Minister, it would have been announced so by now. And there's a 50-50 chance over here that Devendra Fadnavis will be the next Chief Minister. Also, he might not be, as BJP would want to place somebody from the OBC, because the Maratha Andolan or the OBC Andolan, the protests in Maharashtra are something that the political leaders will want that they should be aware of, and they should be careful about, and nobody would want to hurt that particular sentiment. And as far as Eknath Shinde goes, he is Maratha and he is the leader who is associated with the ground, so people would have no problem accepting him. But as we've already mentioned, that it's the BJP which is having the largest number in this Mahayuti, and obviously it will be BJP which will be in that position to ask their allies to have that Chief Minister's post.
All right, Shama, we'll leave it there. Many thanks for joining us and giving us that update. Thank you very much. And counting is also underway in Jharkhand. Chief Minister Hemant Soren's JMM-led Indi bloc is poised for a comeback. It's currently ahead on more than 50 seats in the 81-member state assembly. The BJP-led NDA is leading on 21 seats. The latest trends which are on your screens indicate these are leads plus results. The BJP, the JMM clearly, emerging as the single largest party with 33 of its own. Trailed by the BJP with 22, the Indian National Congress, which is in alliance with the JMM, 16, the RJD, which is in alliance, 4, and others 5. The AJSU is on 1, leading on 1. So clearly, this is what the results look like. That means a clear win for the JMM-led Indi alliance. And JMM leader and Chief Minister of Jharkhand, Hemant Soren, addressed a press conference after the results and thanked the people of his state for voting his party, the JMM, and its alliance partners.
लगभग 56 प्रत्याशी हम लोगों के जीते हैं। आप लोगों ने पहली बार, मुझे लगता है, ऐसा चुनाव देखा होगा और ऐसे लोकतंत्र की परीक्षा को हम लोगों ने सफलतापूर्वक पास किया।
And India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated the JMM-led alliance for their performance in the state. Prime Minister in a social media post X said, and I quote, "I thank the people of Jharkhand for their support towards us. We will always be at the forefront of raising people's issues and working for the state. I also congratulate the JMM-led alliance for their performance in the state," and he's tagged Hemant Soren of the JMM in his post. And still to come on this edition of DD India Live, at least 32 have been killed and 47 injured in sectarian clashes in northwest Pakistan. Donald Trump's sentencing in the criminal hush money case delayed indefinitely. And a massive avalanche in China's Xinjiang Uyghur region. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Amritpal Singh. And welcome back. I'm Amritpal Singh. At least 32 people were killed and 47 wounded in sectarian clashes in northwest Pakistan. A delegation headed by Provincial Law Minister Aftab Alam Afridi, led by a helicopter for Khurram district in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province to assess and improve, see what can be done to improve the law and order situation. The latest killings in a tribal district began on Friday night when armed men attacked a village in the district. And moving on to the United States of America. The presiding judge in Donald Trump's criminal hush money case delayed his sentencing indefinitely. The judge overseeing Donald Trump's criminal hush money trial has adjourned his sentencing, which was set for next Tuesday. The judge also granted Trump a request to file a motion to dismiss the case, ordering his legal team to submit their papers by December 2nd. Prosecutors have another week to respond. Trump was convicted in May this year on 34 felony counts involving hush money paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels. And Donald Trump continues to nominate his new team at the White House. Trump picked prominent investor Scott Bessent to take on the role of U.S. Treasury Secretary on Friday. Trump, in a statement, said Scott is widely respected as one of the world's foremost international investors and geopolitical and economic strategists. A longtime hedge fund manager, Bessent has publicly called for steep cuts to government spending. Hungary and Poland's prime ministers have separately warned of rising risks from the war in Ukraine on Friday, following missile attacks by both Russia and Ukraine at each other this week. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban said that Russia's moves should be taken seriously and the Europeans should adopt a wartime logic in dealing with Moscow.
I believe that in the next 2 months, we Europeans should not base our approach on the rules of Western European style communications policy, but rather on a wartime logic. We must proceed carefully, weighing every sentence and word according to the principle of common sense. Otherwise, we will see what happens.
Meanwhile, Poland's Donald Tusk has also said that the recent events showed that there was a real risk of global conflict breaking out as the war in Ukraine was entering a decisive phase.
Wojna na wschodzie wchodzi w rozstrzygającą fazę.
The war in the east is entering a decisive phase. We all know this. We feel that the unknown is approaching. None of us knows the end of this conflict. We only know that it is currently taking on very dramatic dimensions.
Wiemy jednak, że nabiera on bardzo dramatycznych w tej chwili.
And Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that the country would continue testing the hypersonic Oreshnik missile, which was launched at Ukraine yesterday. He also said that Russia will initiate mass production of this new missile system. Putin added that no countermeasures exist for this missile, and there is just no way available as of now for intercepting the missile anywhere in the world. He emphasized that the testing of this newest system will continue and the establishment of serial production is deemed necessary.
Yesterday, I informed the personnel of the armed forces, citizens of Russia, our allies around the world, as well as those who are trying to blackmail us with force about the newest Russian medium-range missile system. This is your complex, which you call Oreshnik. This is a ballistic missile in a non-nuclear hypersonic equipment. As we know from the analysis of objective control data, the tests were successful. And as has already been said, we will continue these tests, including in combat conditions, depending on the situation and the nature of the security threats that are created for Russia.
And Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has meanwhile described Russia's use of the new missile as an escalation. He stated that meetings are already being held by Minister of Defense of Ukraine with their partners regarding the new air defense systems that are capable of protecting lives from new risks. He also emphasized that vigilance must be maintained by Ukrainians. Heated negotiations on a global climate deal spilled into Saturday after developing nations rejected an initial $250 billion deal from rich countries to help them tackle global warming. COP29 presidency's lead negotiator said that the draft deal had a room for improvement. COP29 hosts Azerbaijan urged the nations to keep striving, but admitted that the $250 billion figure to be reached by 2035 was not fair or ambitious enough. They rejected the proposal raised on existing commitment of $100 billion a year from rich nations. The Alliance of Small Island States, for which climate change is an existential threat, said the offer showed contempt for vulnerable people. A group of 134 developing states had demanded at least $500 billion towards the cost of building resilience against climate change and reducing planet warming emissions.
Today we have published a streamlined package of the draft decisions, and that includes also a $250 billion goal by the developed countries. We will continue to work with the parties to make the final adjustments to those issues that are still outstanding, and we will try to make sure that, and we are committed to make sure that this COP has the most ambitious outcome by pushing all the parties to get there.
A massive avalanche occurred in China's Xinjiang Uyghur region on Thursday, engulfing the entire valley below in a matter of few seconds. The dramatic moment captured enormous mass of snow cascading down from the summit of the Chakragil in Kunlun mountains. However, no injuries or casualties were reported. The Chakragil, which is about more than 6,000 meters above sea level, is constantly covered with snow. The region had recently experienced heavy snowfall, resulting in a buildup of snow thick enough to trigger the avalanche. As part of the coastal defense exercise Sea Vigil 24, a number of key joint Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard operational concepts were validated at the Western Naval Command. The successful and smooth conduct of these activities highlights the high degree of synergy and enhanced coordination between two maritime forces, which would result in more impact and effective maritime operations. The National Cadet Corps is celebrating its 76th anniversary. A wreath-laying ceremony was held at the National War Memorial in New Delhi, where NCC cadets from all the three wings paid tributes to the nation's martyrs with a guard of honor. Defense Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh announced plans to expand the NCC from 17 lakh to 20 lakh cadets, focusing on border and coastal areas. Adding to the celebrations, the Delhi Directorate cadets performed patriotic tunes, creating a stirring atmosphere. And let's now take a look at other stories making news today. India's Union Minister Manohar Lal flagged off the fleet of green hydrogen buses at Leh in the Indian territory of Ladakh. The Green Hydrogen Mobility Project of India's National Thermal Power Corporation marks the country's first hydrogen bus development on public roads, setting a new benchmark for sustainable and clean mobility in high-altitude regions. India's Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, will lead a Padyatra in New Delhi to commemorate the Constitution Day on Monday. On the theme of Mera Samvidhan, Mera Swabhiman, the Padyatra will celebrate the adoption of the Indian Constitution. And on to some sports news now. India has dominated day 2 of the Perth Test against Australia, consolidating their position at the stumps. Yashasvi Jaiswal and KL Rahul are unbeaten, stretching India's lead to 218 runs. The good news is that India didn't lose a single wicket in the final 2 sessions. Jaiswal is unbeaten on 90 runs, while KL Rahul is on the crease at also at the crease. Earlier, Jasprit Bumrah took a 5-wicket haul as India bundled out Australia for 104, taking a 46 runs lead. Resuming the day at 67 for 7, Australia lost the wicket of Alex Carey and Nathan Lyon in the early stages. However, the partnership between Michelle Stark and Josh Hazlewood brought the Aussies back some momentum. And that's it then in this edition of DD India Live. But do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India's mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. You can scan the QR codes on your screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Amritpal Singh from my entire team here in New Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.